What's going on, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I personally been waiting for a long time. This is the 6 scale Leatherface by Sideshow. Alright, so before we actually get into the product review, I actually like to take a look at the product page on the Sideshow website. Just kind of take a look before we actually look at the figures to see if it's as good as it is in the images compared to what the actual figure is. So let's go ahead and see, just take a quick look and see what all this comes with. So this one is at a price point of $245. Let's kind of see if we get a lot of accessories and stuff with it. This one actually doesn't show all the accessories that it comes with. Usually you have a section down here that'll show all the accessories with it. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at some of the pictures and see what it comes with. So right off the bat, you do have, I see that this one already comes with 2 head sculpts. You have the head sculpt with the makeup. You also get a chainsaw. The product looks great. I do think he could be a little bit chunkier in the stomach area. But other than that, I think that this image looks fantastic. Again, I do think that these look a little bit exaggerated, almost a little bit more stylized compared to the actual movie. But I don't know if that's an intentional thing that they're going for, or if they're actually trying to make it like one-to-one with the movie. Here's another image with him holding the chainsaw. Again, it looks fantastic. All right, I'm just going to try and get to the actual, there we go. So we have a knife down here. We have the club. We also have a chainsaw, and it looks like he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of hands as well. It looks like that's kind of their lucky number with their hands that they come with. And it looks like the same thing. You have some closed fist hands, some relaxed hands, some holding hands to hold the weapons. Same thing as you did with all their other figures. And then you also have the other head sculpt right down here. I love the way that this one right here looks, so I will probably have it displayed like this. But you have an option if you want to have 2 different displays on it. The box again looks fantastic. I love the way that they're doing with these new horror figures. I love how these boxes are looking. You also get the apron right here. I do wish it was a little bit more bloodier on this one, but who knows, it when we actually get the figure and take a look at it, you might actually have a bloody apron compared to what they're showing right here. Again, box looks great. I love the style. You get the shoebox style box with it, as they're doing with all their figures. But I love like the art and stuff that they're actually putting into it, and you can really tell they're putting a really big effort into the boxes. All right, so here he is with the second head sculpt on, so you can pretty much display this 2 separate ways. You can have the suit on him, or you can have him set up like this. I do like that they give you the option to have those 2 different types of figures. So depending on what fits your collection better, you can either have him have the suit, or you can have him displayed this way. Again, I do wish this was a little bit more bloody though, just because of the way that this looks. I just feel like it would give more of an impact of Leatherface if you had some blood splatter on it. Even on the hammer, it doesn't really look like you have that much blood splatter on it. It looks, could be wrong. Here's another image right here. I don't know if this is going to be on the actual piece itself, or if this is just something that's photoshopped in, because the other images that we saw did not have any of the blood splatter. So if you go back, even here, there's no blood splatter on these. It's just it's just the silver. All right, so we went ahead and took a look at all of the photos. I'm really excited to get this unboxed and posed on the shelf. I love Leatherface. Again, these to me just look a little bit exaggerated though. They're just a little bit too stylized. I don't feel like if you're going for a movie accurate figure that this is the way that you want to go. 3-0 also has a Leatherface that looks pretty decent as well, but again, these are just really stylized. And I'm assuming that's what they're going for, just because all of their figures that they're coming out with have been this kind of like artistic stylized versions of them. So let's go ahead and just get back and jump into the review on it, and we'll go ahead and check out the figure, get some poses going, and see how it looks like on the shelf. All right, so here is the Leatherface box in all its glory. I absolutely love what they're doing with these horror figures with their boxes. They capture the old films very well with these boxes. I think they're fantastic. And I'm hoping the figure is just as good as what they did with the box. So here on the front, you do have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre logo right there, and then you have an image of the figure right here along the box. You also have the logo, the Sideshow logo right here, and 6 scale down here at the bottom. Here on the side, the image does carry over, so you get the chainsaw part right here with the that old style look continuing all the way through the box, and then you also have another Texas Chainsaw logo right there on this side. Same thing with the other side. You have Leatherface's hand kind of carrying over, as well as that whole motif just throughout the entire box. When you flip it over to the back, you have another image of Leatherface right here. Then you have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre logo down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like inside. You do have some of that stuff kind of carrying out through over here, but nothing here on the back here, just plain white. And then here you can see the figure laid out, and you have the Leatherface strap that holds everything together. With this one, they did a chainsaw. With the Michael Myers one, they did a knife. I love that they kind of carry the theme throughout the entire piece. The presentation on this is fantastic. All right, same thing as the top. You don't get anything on the bottom, but you do get it here on the sides. Kind of look at that piece right here. You get the chainsaw that goes all the way around. All right, so you have the figure laid out right here in the middle. You have some accessories here on the side, the chainsaw, another head sculpt, and then this one does lift off. And then you have some other accessories right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay all this stuff out, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the figure. All right, so I went ahead and laid out all the accessories along with the figure. The figure looks absolutely amazing with first glance. I do feel like these are a little bit more stylized versions of the horror figures, but that's not a bad thing. They look absolutely fantastic together, but we'll go ahead and get into that afterwards. So let's go ahead and start off with the accessories first. The first thing I want to look at is the base. You do get the hexagon style shaped base that you do with all the horror figures, and you also have this black on black logo right here that looks absolutely fantastic. You also get a mallet with it. Let me go ahead and focus. Mallet looks great. Paint applications look great. It looks like a metal mallet, but it's not. But it looks fantastic the way they put all the paint applications on there. Next piece we're going to look at is the antler knife. You can see here detail looks pretty fantastic. You have the antler right here with the blade jammed right inside there. It looks really, really good. And then the next thing we're going to take a look at is the chainsaw. The chainsaw looks fantastic. I love the way they have the blood all throughout the blade here. It looks like almost like guts and stuff, like it's actually been used. You also have the metal coming right through it, which looks absolutely fantastic on this. Get that to focus. I absolutely love the way that this chainsaw looks. I'm definitely going to be using this for the when I pose them. All right, the last thing that we're going to be taking a look at before we move on to the figure is the apron. So if you want to have the old lady version, you can. Essentially, you get two figures in one almost. You have two head sculpts, and all you do is got to take off the jacket, put this on, and then you'll, instead of having the pretty lady, you'll have the old lady head sculpt on there. This looks absolutely wonderful. At first I wanted some blood splatter and stuff like that on there, but I'm actually okay with it not being on there just because of how dirty that this looks. It looks like it's been used. The weathering and the texture on this stuff looks absolutely fantastic. And then a quick image of the back. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the actual figure. The first thing we'll take a look at is the old lady head sculpt. This thing looks absolutely amazing. I think they knocked this out of the park with the way that this looks. Let me see if I can focus right here. This thing, like I said, looks absolutely fantastic. You can see like the stitching down in here. The detail on this thing looks phenomenal. You have a so, like right over here where the skin is falling down, you can kind of see his beard, some teeth right inside there that look really great. And then also up here too, where they kind of connected the two pieces of the face together. It looks fantastic. I might actually buy maybe another body or maybe even another figure just so I can have both of them posed, because it's so hard for me to decide on which ones I want posed. They They look so good. Either one looks so good that it's just kind of hard for me to decide. So I might actually pick up another one just to kind of get, so I have both of them in the collection. As for the actual figure, when I was going through the images, like the product pages they have, it looked a little bit thin. But when you actually get this guy in hand, I feel like the weight on this is absolutely perfect. I think they put just enough cushion here to make it a pretty accurate representation of Leatherface in the movie. And I feel like they did a phenomenal job on this. Kind of give you guys a quick turnaround before we actually get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the pretty woman face first. Paint applications on this are amazing. The makeup, how it blends together with the blues and the red, look fantastic. You also have phenomenal stitching around here, and pretty good sculpts of the hair as well. Again, I think they did a phenomenal job with this one. I do again feel like these are a little bit stylized versions of the actual characters, but overall I think this is a 9 out of 10 for sure. Here you can see the pattern down on the tie, and then you have this salmon colored undershirt that he's wearing. You also see all this weathering and dirtiness just throughout the actual clothes, which looks phenomenal. And then you also have him wearing a dark blue suit. And then all throughout the blue suit, you can just see like this dirt, this weathering, like he's been wearing this for a long time, and it looks fantastic. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the boots. You can see the sculpting and right here with the texture on the boot looks really, really good. I believe this is actually really film accurate too. This is what the boots look like that he was wearing in the film. Paint application on the boots are really, really great as well. You just have some like fading where there needs to be fading, and just overall looks really great. So articulation wise, you have really great movement here in the elbow. Let me see if these are double jointed. Yep, you get the double joints here in the elbow. Great articulation with the shoulders on both sides. One thing I do want to mention that I almost forgot, just because this doesn't come separated, it already comes on the figure, but you also get the bracelet that he wears in the film. Head movement is really good. You got side to side. Forward and back is not too much, just because the mask is really big and kind of prevents you from going back and forth. But I don't really think you need to with this type of figure. You're mainly going to be just kind of going a little bit right there, and then more head movement right back here. Knees you have great articulation in the knees, and then the back and forth movement on the feet. You don't have any that go up this way, just because it is stopped by the boots. But again, it's something that it's not really going to bother me. The way that you're going to have him posing anyway, he's going to be kind of almost like stiff right here with the knees, and you don't want to hit too much movement with the ankle. All right, guys, so the last thing that he comes with is 8 sets of hands as well. So you do get a set on him right here. So you have some that will hold, you have some closed fist hands right here. See if I can zoom in on the camera. So you have a closed fist hand. I think they did a phenomenal job in the hands. These kind of look like the same hands that come with Michael Myers. I'm gonna have to double check on it, but again, I don't mind that, just because they knock these out of the park and they look fantastic. And then you also have a chainsaw holding hand. And then also, when I say the same hands as Michael Myers, not the same hands functional wise, like you're not going to get a hand that's going to be holding a chainsaw. I meant like sculpt wise, it kind of looks like they used the same sculpt when they added these hands in. All right, guys, so this is it, man. This is he looks great. I definitely think it's a 9 out of 10. They knocked this one out of the park. I absolutely love the way it looks. I'm really excited to get some poses and kind of see what we can get out of this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and start the posing session, and then I'll be right back. Overall, this figure is absolutely amazing and is going to be a great addition to any horror collection or 1/6 scale figure collection. We were able to get some really great poses out of it. The very last pose that you guys are going to see is actually the pose that I'm going to keep it in my collection. I think it captures the Leatherface essence very well and looks fantastic on a shelf. Let me know down below if you guys are going to pick this figure up or if you've already picked this figure up. If you're planning on picking this figure up, I encourage you not to sleep on this figure. It's an amazing figure. It looks beautiful, and I highly encourage you to pick it up as soon as you can. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and let you guys enjoy some of these poses. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.